I'm sorry if I'm having my shades on, but it's very sunny today. All right, this is a pre-production Golf R. Let's see what the updates are all about. I've been driving this car a lot on track. It is a car that is very suited for people that want to get into, like learning to drive. It's very predictable. It is just dead set, stable. I talked a lot about that with the drift mode. That you can't really, like slingshot it around, but yeah, it's controlled. It's very manageable, this car. And out here on the roads we drive in race right now, the setting is very stiff. You can set this in so many ways, and I love that because you can get your individual setting to this car. And I think that is mind-blowing. You want that in some cars. I think it's a bit too technical. I want to have sport or normal, and that's just it. But of course, high tech, there are nerds out there, they want this type of stuff. Gear shifts are very smooth, you get some enhanced sound. And of course it's very quick. It's just 70 here, maybe I'm a bit too overambitious. Getting a bit thrown here, but we need to keep the tempo down. Let's just wait until Autobahn. The thing is that getting out on the Autobahn, it feels so easy, just like blistering away in 200 kilometers plus. I don't find any charm in it, so it's not good to take any risks like this. Of course, you need to respect the speed, but you want this extra thrill, and that's the thing about a car like this. You want these thrills when you're out on the country roads. But of course, there's other people's on the road, so be careful. And it doesn't hit that hard. Maybe they could have enhanced that a bit more, but it's just comfortable. The seats are good. You're in perfect supported position. They're great. I would like to get down a bit lower maybe, but you sit low from the start in this car. It's not like a crossover or SUV or something. This is a hot hatchback. You know where you got it. And maybe this is one of the best, because comparing this to rivals, this is one of the sharpest, especially when you drive it a lot on track. It really, really rewards you. So let's get out on the motorway and let's just floor it and see how it feels. But a car like this on the Autobahn, you should have some big cruises let's talk about another brands, but of course like an S-Class or a 7 Series or something. That's the cars to just cruise in 200 kilometers plus. A car like this is not the same. But the Golf R, to me, has always felt like a car for the younger group. But it's a very good car for the younger group if they want to get into driving actively. Because it is predictable, it's no match. What I like about cars are cars that are a bit complicated, that you need to really grab by the scruff of the neck and work with to get that reward when you drive actively. This one, it's simple, that's what you get. This is a prime example of that. All right, so let's keep it in here. So 230. It's very stable for a small car on a hot hatchback like this. And of course, cars passing lorries. What can you call this one? Is it a MK8 8.5 maybe? We'll see when that final product comes out. What can you say? Driving like this? Well, not that much. Just think it's good. I like to put everything in the hardest setting from the very, start. That's the thing about a car like this. Okay, so let's see here. All right, we got 200, 210, 214, 220. And it does, and in the race mode, it's very subtle. You can put it into Nürburgring mode. Try that one out on that, more hilly test track that we usually drive on, and that was really subtle there. It wasn't that hard and it didn't kick back as much. So that's a very good mode, I must say, because you can say that this menu that you're served with, it can be a bit big buffet that becomes a bit too technical. And do you have time to explore all that? Well, if you drive on track days or on track each and every single weekend, then maybe. And that's where the car becomes rewarding. But I found that special individual mode, Nürburgring mode, was very good. I think we set a little better time because it doesn't kick back that much. just work very well. You get that little extra pop on the downshifts, which is very, you know, like nippy. Hold on. Now it kicks in, it's still got that ESP on. It clinches onto the gear so it doesn't shift there. I like that one. That's the thing that I found the most complicated when I just sat in this car. I needed to dig into the systems to turn that ESP completely off, because you lose power. You really want to know where the grip loses it and how it becomes a bit more, you know, like on the very edge. That's the way to explore cars. So you need to turn that off to really get the full experience. It's very driver focused. It's very driver focused all through and through. I think they are working on these buttons here, or might they be the same, because I haven't been a fan, and I think many haven't been fans of these buttons, but when you get into it, you learn them, and you know, they are becoming a bit more responsive, but I like physical buttons, so let's just get that out of the way. Can't really say that I feel any difference. This is just a premium good hot hatchback racer, which the competitors, well, they need to keep up to keep pace with this one, because it is effective, and it is effective for everyone. You can set it in such a safe mode and just go all automatic, full beans, and it will set, you know, good lap time. But it would be fun if they could do something about that drifting system, because if you want to put in a system like that is called a drift mode, well, of course you should be able to drift, and you should be able to almost, you know, swing it all around. That's the thing about it. So let's hope that they've tweaked that a bit.